Good evening. Welcome to SEC Baseball Reaction. I guess it's technically still afternoon. I'm your host, Chris Lee, joined by Graham Doty. We have got LSU and West Virginia in the bottom of the eighth. LSU with a 16-7 lead on the Mountaineers. LSU hitting at the moment. We've got Auburn, and Coastal has just flipped. Auburn held a 1-0 lead into the seventh. Coastal has gotten 2 runs to go ahead. And we now have Tennessee and Arkansas underway in the second inning. The Razorbacks with some traffic against Marcus Phillips with no score on the board in Fayetteville in the second. Graham, I guess the highlight of the day, LSU, the bats. We've had some questions about where those have been lately. It got a little interesting for the Tigers, who were scoreless heading into the fourth, but Derek Curiel blasted a 3-run home run, I think to the opposite field, to get the Tigers on the scoreboard in the fourth. Stephen Milam had a grand slam later in the game. Everybody has been hitting for the Tigers today, or just about everybody. Curiel with 5 RBIs. Josh Pearson has knocked in 4. The Tigers have got a home run from Pearson as well, who hit out of the leadoff spot, even though it was lefty on lefty. He's got reverse splits there. So it appears LSU, barring disaster, is going to take a 1-0 series lead on the Mountaineers with Cade Anderson. Not his best day. I've seen Cade Anderson much sharper, but I think on a day like today, we know the deal with LSU's pitching. Anderson gave them 7 innings today when they had a lead. Now they've turned it over to DJ Primo and William Schmidt to get outs in the 8th inning. I guess they'll ride with Schmidt into the 9th. But, hey, you save your 3 other studs until Game 2 and Game 3 if necessary. So I think Jay Johnson and LSU, even if it was not a vintage Cade Anderson performance, Graham, have to be thrilled with where they are today.
I do too. Kind of a slow start offensively. Didn't score the first 3 innings. West Virginia had a 1-0 lead going into the 4th. And then really ever since then, the bats have kind of come to life for the Tigers. They got the huge grand slam by the shortstop.
Milam.
Milam. And, that was kind of like the springboard. By the way, I like him a lot. Like, that guy is just a baseball player. He's a gamer. He just oozes confidence, and I would take that guy on my team all day, any day. But that grand slam was kind of like the breakout party. I guess if anything surprises me, it's the fact that West Virginia has been able to put up a 7 spot on LSU. Like, I didn't really envision that happening, but more importantly, and you touched on this, like LSU, they turn it over to the freshman Schmidt, get him some experiences in situations like this, and they'll save their top arms out of the bullpen, the rest of the way for this series. So really, really good start for LSU.
Good afternoon or evening, Alfred Esmond. How are you, sir?
Oh, hey, strangers. How are y'all doing?
Camera's a little blurry. I don't know if that's your connection or if that's your lens, but
I don't know. I was wondering that too. I'm trying to fix it, so pardon me while I do that.
Yeah. Caleb Falk, long-timer, a loyal listener and watcher, brings up a good point. Anderson took a hard line drive off his left pitching arm. I think it got him maybe near the bicep. And, yeah, that probably didn't help. But Anderson stayed in the ball game and, pitch according to the situation. So, again, I think, no knock today on what Cade Anderson gave them, even if the line wasn't great. Alfred saw some baseball in Louisville today. They'll go to a Game 3 there. And then we've got Auburn and Coastal in a white knuckler. Looks like they've turned it over to Parker Carlson. Cade Fisher really gave Auburn some really good innings, pitched out of 2 huge pressure situations. And I literally went upstairs to take care of some stuff, and Auburn lost the lead. So I don't know how that happened. I'm sure you guys caught that live. But anyway, yeah, interesting day of baseball in the SEC so far. Before we dive into that, just a reminder to patronize our sponsors. That's Game Time Sidekicks. I've been pounding the Gatorade in this one today and the water in this one. They make tremendous products. GameTimeSidekicks.com. SE16 will get you 10% off your entire order. Father's Day is coming up, and it is officially licensed stainless steel drinkware. All SEC schools, over 350 universities. I don't care who your dad likes. They'll have a tumbler of them. So get that for him for Father's Day next weekend. Double wall, vacuum insulated. This thing really retains ice and keeps your drink cold. Tons of designs and logos for every school. They make these in Knoxville. The construction and the paint are just top notch. I cannot emphasize to you how well these are made and how much of a value you get for the money. They got stainless steel sippy cups, tumblers, 40-ounce bottles, shaker cups, whatever you need, they've got it. Help out those who help our channel, and visit GameTimeSidekicks.com. Again, 10% off with SE16 for your promo code.
Yeah, so
you will be happy.
By the time you just finish that read,
2 teams scored runs.
Yeah, Coastal Carolina scored a run and Arkansas scored a run.
Okay, that's third out of the inning. I thought that was getting further in the yard than it did there. But
they're 28-2 this season when they score first. So good news for Arkansas fans.
Coastal just left the bases loaded, I think. Was it 2? I think it was bases loaded with 2 outs against Parker Carlson.
They got the third run in on a hit by pitch for the bases loaded. Coastal, by the way, they lead the country in hit by pitches.
Mm-hmm. Hey, don't give up on the Tigers yet. This is a team that can still hit. Not hitting this weekend. It's got a lot to do with Coastal's pitching. But baseball's a funny game. Ask Florida State from last night.
I've watched almost every pitch of this Auburn game. They've had their moments though. They haven't been able to capitalize. They had back-to-back innings in the 5th and the 6th with 2 runners on base and less than 2 outs, and they just didn't do anything. In the 5th, they had Irish up. He popped out, and then Cooper McMurray struck out. So they had their top 2 studs in that spot and couldn't get anything across.
Much better, Alfred.
Yeah, I thought so. I went in for a big wipe, so I turned the camera off for a sec. But yeah, did y'all see how Coastal took the lead? It was a throwing error at first base.
Oh,
yeah,
by McMurray.
I don't know who was on. Fisher was on the mound, obviously, for it, but I don't know if it went to him or not. I'm looking at that right now.
It was out of the reach of McMurray, and then they had an RBI single to drive in a run.
Coastal's tough. They play good teams really well. I mean,
it was kind of like Auburn has been playing with fire. Like Coastal earlier in this game, they had the bases loaded with nobody out, and they didn't score a run.
I thought Coastal getting a 13 seed, that was poor on the committee's part. Coastal, win or lose this series, I think is showing it deserved better than it got. But, hey, it has played its way through this. If it gets through Auburn, and really, I guess they got a little bit of a break, but I don't guess they ever played Florida last weekend, did they?
No, they never got to go up head-to-head against Florida.
Yeah. So, I mean, caught a little bit of a break, but the Gators didn't play very well. But still, hey, if Coastal gets through this, hats off to the Chanticleers.
Yeah.
But Auburn's got 2 more chances at this starting right now.
You can tell it's starting to get tense, though. Like Ike Irish, I've seen that guy play in person at least 10 times. Like when he's turning around and complaining to the home plate umpire.
Yeah.
I mean, like you can tell it's getting a little tight. I've never seen him do anything like that ever. It got to the point where Butch had to come out and talk to the home plate umpire.
I saw that. I've seen him gripe a little bit lately.
Not like that.
Yeah, but part of their problem is Caden Bodine is so good at framing pitches. Like, you looked at his stat line coming into the weekend. Auburn just missed a home run to right. I guess didn't go as far as I thought, but anyway. His stat line was a little underwhelming. I think he had 3 home runs, but you watch the way he frames pitches, and, of course, he's come up huge in this regional with the bat, too. So I don't think Bodine has done a bit to damage his pro standing in this regional.
No, he's crazy good on defense, which I think is where he gets his name. And he's on, I don't know if you guys saw, Buster Posey Award finalist. He's there with Galvan and then Carson Tinney from Notre Dame, who's
transferring. Yeah, heard Tennessee also. Yeah, but I think Florida's already landed a Notre Dame pitcher, correct?
Yeah, so the idea is to pin them up together.
Yeah.
Watch for State.
Yeah, State's got some money.
He's gonna be in the SEC one way or the
other. West Virginia's got a couple in the 9th here with no outs, so I don't know what happened. I don't have that on my screen.
I don't either. By the way, Alfred, does the game you went to, does that feel like a lifetime ago? It does for me, and I didn't even go to it.
It ended, and I felt like it was the only game that had gone. Is it still technically the only game that's gone final today?
No.
North Carolina.
That's right. So, yeah. And so it felt that way to me, though. Like, it went final, and then the other games took a little bit to go final after that. It does feel a long time ago, though, point being.
Duke, Murray State. Did you guys watch any of that game?
No, but I heard Murray State's head coach kind of screwed up their pitching, allegedly. I didn't see it. A buddy of mine sent me a text.
I watched a couple innings of it. Man, that Duke ballpark. Let's just say it's not like the SEC.
Tiny or?
Very tiny.
Well, the SEC's got some tiny ones, too. By the way, Eric Snow's just got a base knock to put a guy on for Auburn with 1 out in the 8th.
Snow was a good pickup for them.
Yeah. I think I've seen him get a little draft love lately. Not like top 5 rounds or anything like that, but
Coastal's not messing around.
No, I bleed orange ass. Is Coastal good enough to win the title? They're on the side that wouldn't have SEC teams in it because they're going to beat Auburn. So that really helps them, I think.
And what makes them dangerous, Alfred, at least in my opinion, their pitching is elite, and then they're really good on defense.
Yeah. I wouldn't rule it out whatsoever.
Is Chris frozen? There he is.
No, I'm sorry. I was just checking some stuff. I guess West Virginia got a 2-run homer in the 9th off Schmidt. Still nobody out, but LSU with a 7-run cushion and Maverick Rizzi on the bump.
Yeah, the tools are there for Schmidt. Once he puts them together, he'll be a weapon. But I don't think he's there yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a freshman.
Yeah,
a lot of freshman pitchers. I mean, the freshman pitcher who comes in and just commands it right away, that's rare. All right, let's see what Auburn can do here.
This has been the theme. Like, again, multiple runners on base, under 2 outs, and they can't do anything.
Yeah, Zach Root just got out of his half of the 3rd, so Arkansas remains 1-0 on Tennessee.
No base runners for Mr. Root.
This box score is just crazy. LSU's had 16 runs on 8 hits today. Which begs the question, how many times did they walk?
Yeah, I was about to say it's a lot of bases, it seems like.
8 and hit 5 times. Dickinson didn't get a hit, but was hit twice. And of course, is Caleb mentioned grand slams by Josh Pearson, who was uncharacteristically hitting in the leadoff spot. I don't know if he's done that much. Pearson's a guy. When I was watching him in out of the leadoff spot, I just remember Jay Johnson talking to us before the season and how like Pearson had played so much baseball in huge spots through regionals, super regionals, Omaha. I'm just like, hey, no wonder he's hitting leadoff today. That, and he's got reverse splits. But him and, that was the one. I think his came when LSU was up about 5 or 6 runs already. But Milam's is the one that broke the game open. I think it was 3-1 at the time, and he got one. I think without wind, it might not get out, but it did. And I think Curiel hitting one out today, getting 3 hits, like you really like to see that, because he and Jared Jones did not end the regular season on a great note. So those are 2 guys that if you're going to feel great about trying to get a natty this year in your LSU, you need to have those guys clicking.
Mm-hmm.
And you got one of them there today.
He's usually the leadoff man, Derek Uriel. I don't know why that wasn't the case.
He was hitting 7 today, and they hit Braswell 8, which in Stanfield 9, I believe, which is not – I don't have an issue with that. I probably would do that too. That was probably a drop Curiel back in the lineup to take some pressure off him. I don't know how long he's been hitting in that hole.
Caleb, do you know in the chat?
Caleb would know.
Yeah, Caleb would know. And I agree with you, by the way. I do think Schmidt will make an Anderson leap next year.
I mean, Schmidt would have been a top half of the first round guy potentially had he gone a year ago.
If he's not a starter on Friday or Saturday, I'd be surprised next season.
Yeah. Yes. So Davalon rips a single to right for Arkansas to lead off the 3rd. Oh, man. Auburn.
Coastal's pitching is so good.
It is.
Yeah.
It's not your typical Sun Belt team.
No.
How about Sam live hitting us up while he's at the game?
Hey, Sam. Sam, what's the weather? What's the weather forecast there? Are we going to get this one in all the way? There was some chatter about some weather earlier.
By the way, Caleb said he's been struggling with lefties.
Curiel?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they started Griffin Kern today, who is a lefty, and I think the heat got him early. Once LSU got into West Virginia's bullpen, it was over.
Yeah. And by the way, tough uniform game for West Virginia. It's like 4 different colors they went with today.
Can we just get rid of the camouflage uniforms? Those are – I hate them.
Like they have a really good color scheme, navy blue and gold. Just go with that. I don't get it.
We get a lot of games live streamed on YouTube.
Yeah, I see that all the time. There's just I don't know who it is, but he just puts them on there, and you just click on it and you can watch it. Yeah,
and it's probably banned, and then someone else comes back and does it. But
all the time. And then if you want to watch the highlights, Wheels is incredible with highlights.
The picture on the 2 morning games, Louisville and North Carolina, it was awful. It looked like it was, either standard def or I mean, I'd like, what are we doing here? You can't tell as much when it's on a phone, but when you watch it on a big screen, like, this is blurry. This is not a high def feed.
My view wasn't blurry, just so you guys know.
Yes, your view was better than anyone's.
Right. That was a bad uni matchup today. I don't know if y'all saw it. I did not like that. All white Miami, and then like the striped Louisville, white and red. It looked horrible. I don't know why they did that.
SC Scout guy Chris has flashbacks to the Jefferson Pilot day.
JP, their picture didn't have anything on JP.
Dave.
It looked like when high def TVs first came out and they weren't broadcasting a lot of games in high def.
Right.
It was a little better than that, but
that's why I like watching these clips from the mid 2000s, and it's like, how in the world did we do this as sports fans?
Well, I mean, a lot of times the broadcast quality of those later has deteriorated a little bit, but still.
Bleed, I understand it. I'm commenting too. I would have went with Liam Doyle. Oh boy. I see it both ways. Florida State did what Tennessee's doing and saved Jamie Arnold for today. And I think the mental process with that is to use your ace as a safety net or to shut down a series if you win. So I see it either way with those, to be quite honest.
Did Bub Terrell catch that off the wall on the bounce?
I thought he did. Yeah.
It looked effortless too. Like, am I seeing things here? Oh my goodness, what a play. That was like they're lucky they didn't get thrown out at second. Yeah.
Yeah. That guy's had a good day for Coastal.
I disagree with that. Marcus Phillips is a good pitcher.
He is. I've not understood that much this year. I get the base stealing stuff, but just the pitching itself has been good. Like
he has limitations. I get it, but he's also got a long time to work those out at the next level.
Right.
Like, I'll tell you why. It's because they're comparing him to Liam Doyle. Like,
right.
The guy that's been just out of his mind pitching wise all season. Like, it's just, that's not fair to Marcus.
I mean, a 4 ERA is what a 6 ERA used to be now. It's just such an offensive heavy era.
It is.
Maybe not a 6, but at least a 5.5.
Marcus was really good in the regular season against Arkansas. I mean, I get the thinking, like, just rest a little bit more for Liam, but if Tennessee was able to win this one and you got Liam for game 2, like, they're sitting in the catbird seat.
Or it's a safety thing. So that way you have your best guy when you need it most.
Well, Phillips isn't going to leave any pickoff throws in the quiver. That's for sure.
No, he's not. This is what, 3 in a row?
He was good at the regional, by the way. He had a really good start.
Davalon's going to need a lot of washing of that uniform tonight, just from this at bat already.
That's a monster lead.
Oh, what happened there?
I think was the shift on.
I don't know. Because like how instinctively like that's an out based on where the ball's hit.
There's nobody in that area.
Okay.
Sad about Murray State. Man, they still got another crack at it. They had their moments too. They had their moments. I think they had the bases loaded with nobody out, and they only got 2 runs.
We're already having a Frank Anderson visit. Oh, remember Tennessee's got a different catcher today too.
Stone Lawless.
Yeah. By the way, LSU has now gone final, so Maverick Rizzi got in a little bit of trouble, but got out of it. So LSU wins 16-9 despite having 8 hits today. Of course, it hit with guys on. It left 5 guys on base. Yeah, I think now you got Cowan left, you got Case Evans left, and probably your best pitcher goes tomorrow. I think Einson's their best pitcher right now, guys.
I do too.
Yeah. Frustrating for West Virginia. They had, I think, 11 hits today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like their offense was awful by any stretch. They just had nothing really to combat LSU's lineup.
Is
that another – go ahead, Graham. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, for West Virginia, that's just got to be deflating. Like, if you would have told them they scored 9 runs and, as Alfred said, 11 hits, I kind of think they'd be like, sign us up for that.
Yeah. On the Cade Anderson start, who by the way, is starting to show up 1-1 in some mock drafts, and I think it's deserved.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look up and they lose by 7 runs. It's just got to be so deflating for them.
Yeah, I don't know what the odds on LSU winning the series are after today, but I think they just shot up.
Well, you remember we looked it up this morning. They're the preseason favorites according to Vegas.
Preseason?
Or not preseason. Like they're the favorites right now to win it all.
Yeah. Hey, Caleb, Sheeran's not still in the mix for this year, is he? That ship has sailed, I would think. I wouldn't think you'd try him for the first time in a Super or an Omaha. But yeah, next year he'll be a dude for them.
Right. I might have wrote something about that. I don't think they're doing anything with him.
Go back to that question by SC Scout Guy. That's a fascinating question. Alfred, you're from that state. What do you think?
Hey, most wins in the state since they won the national title.
Really?
Out of all the programs. Yeah.
Okay.
I read that. That at least that was before this year. And obviously they're further than any other South Carolina team right now. So I think that still stands. So yes, to be honest, I mean, I'm going to go with yes.
Let's rewind that one for a minute too, by the way. I mean, coach retires, been there a while, so they have a coaching transition. The mid-majors are just getting picked over left, right, and every direction imaginable from the portal. To come out with a team that is of right now has lost 11 games and is about to potentially go to Omaha playing on the road, that is incredible.
Yeah, very good.
23 wins in a row if they do it today.
Yeah.
I don't care who you're playing. That's
boy.
Like, to me, yeah, you see the pitch by Phillips.
Okay. No, I was watching Auburn. Somebody, I think that's Barthel, just lit one up to center, but it didn't get as far as I thought.
To me, the only other team in this conversation would be Clemson, right? I mean, it's not South Carolina.
No, it's not any of the other mid-majors wherever you look. It's them or Clemson. So
now South Carolina's having a hole in the portal so far, correct? I was reading 64 Analytics talk about they've really made some moves in the portal. Like, I couldn't tell you who they've added, but like they were number one in their ratings the other day.
One I know is Eric Parker from Georgia is headed there. Georgia has also brought in guys out west. Aoki from USC. I don't know if these names ring a bell. He's the Trojans pitcher who's looked really good. Matt Scott from Stanford. So keep an eye out for Georgia. They're also adding pieces up left and right.
Nobody is crushing more than Mississippi State.
Wow. Phillips rolled one over to get out of the third.
Auburn just gave up another run too.
Mm-hmm. That could have really sprung it there for Arkansas, but that
was huge.
Is out hit Tennessee 5-0, but it's got a 1-0 lead.
How about that? SC Scout Guy says a donor gave South Carolina baseball $2 million.
No kidding.
I could use that.
You and me both.
Yeah, Caleb, what are your takeaways from LSU today? I mean, again, I thought it was you would have liked to see better out of Anderson, but if you didn't see it, he got hit in the pitching arm, and once LSU started to pile it on, you just needed outs, and he saved his pen. So, this is John Armstrong on for Auburn. I don't feel like we haven't seen him in a minute.
Blade, are you concerned about defense anymore? That kind of became an afterthought for me at the Knoxville Regional last weekend.
Yeah, they fielded it pretty well lately.
Yeah. I haven't really been like, oh my goodness, what is happening at one of their games on defense?
How about that stat? 8 years ago today, Tennessee hired Tony Vitello.
Man.
Best decision that baseball program has ever made.
I was about to say, did that work out, or
who is the AD? It wasn't Danny. He wasn't there yet.
At Tennessee, that wouldn't have been. Oh gosh, the guy that just died last year.
John Curry.
No. I can picture him.
Would it not have been Curry?
No, it's the guy in the middle of all that.
Where's Fulmer and all that?
He runs a not-for-profit like in my general area of the country, or did until he passed away. I can picture him, and I cannot think of his name.
Are we sure it wasn't Fulmer?
Mike Hamilton. Was that a Mike Hamilton hire?
I believe Orange is saying it was Fulmer.
Really? Gosh, I get dizzy when I think about their AD train.
It's been a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
They had Dave. What's his name? Gosh, these guys were so memorable. I can't remember their names anymore.
Mike Hamilton, the former Alabama guy.
Yeah, they've had Hamilton, him, Fulmer, Danny White,
John Curry.
Curry. I mean, is that 5 guys in a decade?
They're saying it's Curry. Curry hired.
Okay.
I think Curry was barely there. Am I wrong? Like he was there.
Curry was the guy that Fulmer ran off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was barely there, and he might have just done like his one thing he did was hire Tony Vitello.
Man, that's a lot of ADs. Think of how many ADs we just listed off, and they got one of the best athletic programs in the country right now.
Well, it's because they finally got a hire right.
Yeah. I believe Arden said we had so many I can't remember. Yeah, that is a lot.
Okay, Auburn, 3 outs for the season. Eric Guevara is going to lead off, who's been hurt a bit.
What do you guys think of Matt G in the chat? After this settlement, do we think Mississippi State allocates more money to baseball players than the rest of the league?
I think they will give everyone a run for it.
I mean, allegedly, the league has guidelines that they would like you to stay within. Allegedly. I would have to fact check that a little bit, but
allegedly. I don't think they'll be number one, but they're going to be like way, way towards the top, in baseball. Like,
yeah,
you can't have a football mindset with Mississippi State baseball moving forward. You just can't.
I think they already have the mindset. I mean, with what they paid O'Connor, so I think that could be a reflection of what they're trying to do.
It definitely is, Alfred. But like what happened last night, there's just a lot of question marks now. Like, what is this going to look like after all the house settlement stuff? It's like, I feel like something happens. It takes a couple of years for everybody to get used to the new way of things, and then something else happens, and then it's like the next 2 years will be the adjustment to that. Like, does that make sense? I feel like we're just now getting situated and settled to what it has been like the last 2 years, and then now things are about to change again.
Right.
Yeah. If anybody thinks they have a good read on what's coming next, I'm going to call you a liar.
Yeah. Nobody.
Bleed, no.
Did Fisher get? Was that called a strike?
No, he's just
yapping.
He's just talking.
He's just doing a shuffle.
It's not Juan Soto bad.
Bleed, no. I think, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, USC did it a long time ago, back-to-back titles.
I think so. Carolina's been the only one, I think, in the modern era of the tournament format, and Carolina nearly did it back to back to back.
Yeah. They just ran into an Oregon State team that had some dudes on it.
Guevara has singled to lead off the 9th for Auburn.
Wes, you're correct. Football will always and forever pay the bills.
Did Oregon State do it? 7-8? I have to look that up.
Yeah, they did. Jacoby Ellsbury.
Zach Root just got Andrew Fisher and had a gesture for Fisher.
Crowd's going crazy.
Those are list of 5 guys that wear their emotions on their sleeve.
That's a new thing though for Fisher. Like,
Fisher's got a little bit of a hole, I think, maybe inside in his swing. I think Root kind of went after it there.
Yeah, Root's talking a lot, like a lot.
Yes,
a lot.
He does that.
Great job by the Arkansas fans telling Fisher where to go, too. It's very helpful.
Hey, Alfred, they're in an unfamiliar place. You never know where the dugout might be located. I mean,
right.
It's usually on the third base line, but
I saw them pointing. It was very nice. Like
hospitality.
Right.
There's a lot of hospitality when these two teams play.
Yeah, God, think about that. Oregon State beat North Carolina back-to-back years. That was Andrew Miller, North Carolina. You remember him? Like, he was
yes. He ended up
then
having a decent, after the fact. He went through the whole hype thing and didn't work out, and became a really good, like, durable middleman. Made an all-star team or two.
He was like the setup guy. Like, he would dominate the 7th and the 8th inning.
Coastal nearly turned a double play, but did not.
Good tournament for Bub if it ends today.
Rough day today, but
yeah, like that. Yeah, I think he's got 3 strikeouts today. But yeah, you are right. He's got 9 hits in the tournament. I saw Auburn fans giving him grief the past couple days. It's like, guys, like, I know he struggled like the last 2 weeks of the regular season, but he's been good in the tournament.
Hey, he's had a good freshman year. It hasn't been as good as some of the other guys, but if you're just competent as a freshman, that usually is a sign you're going to be something.
Yeah.
Get a lot of talk about West Virginia pulling their starter. I think Kern was getting tired, from what I remember, but now their bullpen sure crashed and burned.
And also that guy for West Virginia, that dude's thrown so many pitches and innings. I mean, like, he's most innings pitched in the Big 12. Like, he's delivered a lot of pitches this season. That's a Division II transfer, by the way.
Wow.
Terrell just needs to get on here, because if he does, that brings Irish to the plate with the tying run.
Yeah, and Cooper. It's been a tough day for Cooper, too.
In on the hands.
Oh, yeah, good swing, but he got it off the handle. That's going nowhere.
Graham, what's this butterfly thing or flapping the wings thing they do for Ike Irish?
Angels in the outfield.
Oh, okay. It must have been a walk-up song thing, and I knew that. I just didn't know what one.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Just walk up? Okay.
They haven't done it all season.
Ooh.
That's probably why.
Irish almost got hit.
I want to see
at this point you'll take, because you just got to get runners.
Yeah. What's he look like emotionally here? He was so amped up last time he was up.
By the way, that's how many teams? I don't know if you've ever seen an SEC team with their 3-hitter from Detroit and their 4-hitter from Canada, but that's Auburn's situation.
Cooper's Canadian?
I think so. Oh, Irish grounds out and Coastal advances. So congratulations to the Chanticleers for getting to Omaha. One heck of a story. Beats Auburn 2-0. Congrats to Auburn, man. I know that postseason taints everything, but Auburn had a tremendous year under Butch Thompson. And when the polls come out, barring something crazy, they're going to be a preseason top 5 team, I believe.
Yeah. So that's now 23 wins in a row for Coastal.
Yeah. Incredible. Think about it this way, too, for Auburn. No tournament a year ago. Everyone came back wanting to get there. And everyone was like, watch this team. I know may not get the attention everyone else gets. Watch them. And here they are in a super regional to end the season.
Yeah. Don't be surprised if Coastal makes a run on that side of the bracket.
Not at all. Yeah. Got some Auburn players in tears. Yeah, heck of a season by Auburn. I mean, Butch Thompson, year in, year out, gets as much out of his team as anybody. And I thought he did a tremendous job this season.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think Coastal's coach will stay there? Or, like, would he even want to leave?
I mean, Gary Gilmore stayed there a long time, did he not?
I'm pretty sure he did.
I mean, it's not an awful place to live. Like,
no,
I mean, if you like being on the beach, like, it's a fun spot. I just wonder what his salary is.
Boy, them and UNC will be fun if they get matched up.
They've already seen each other, so they have tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would definitely go to A&M Paxton. I would agree with that, but that's not going to happen in the next few days.
I heard someone said a Virginia target, although I don't know how much stock into that.
I mean, if I was him, I'd just stay put at Coastal.
I would. I think they can get recruits. I don't think that's an issue for them, really.
Well, with this revenue share now, and again, I don't think it's going to go like everybody thinks it is, but you know, you would think schools like that are powerhouses at baseball, like, and we've heard the talk about the Big East in basketball, right? Having a lot of money to spend on guys because those schools don't have football or don't have meaningful football.
Yeah, I don't buy that at all. But
you don't buy which part?
Just the Big East.
Having the money for basketball.
Like, I know they care about it and they're going to be teams, but I just think the SEC and the Big Ten are just going to. Do we really think if basketball wise, if the Big Ten or the SEC, if they really want a player, like, they're not going to get it compared to a Big East?
I'm just saying that they're going to have more money to spend. Yeah, and I mean, New York, D.C., where Georgetown and St. John's are located, you know, there's a little bit of money up there.
Mm-hmm. Villanova
does have football. It's FCS.
Look, I think they just switched conferences. I think I just saw that.
Did they?
Yeah.
What? No more Patriot League?
Yeah, whatever they join. Hey,
Was Villanova the Patriot and for football?
That or the Coastal, the CAA.
Okay.
I'll look it up. Hey, they got an NFL Hall of Famer, Howie Long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so now they're in the CAA.
Oh, yeah. They just left it.
Really happy for Coastal.
Very happy.
Yeah, not fluky at all. Like, at all.
No pun intended.
I didn't even think that was probably his C game yesterday, and they still won.
Yeah.
So the SEC is only guaranteed. No, they could have two. Cheddar. Yeah, LSU, Texas, or Arkansas. Or Tennessee or Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
gosh, that's going to be the ACC side of the bracket now.
Yeah, they are totally fine. I mean, this worked out really well for them.
So get ready for all the SEC hot takes. Like
no rubber toad, LSU won. Yeah, I still maintain it was a really good league this year. It's been a massive disappointment. I'm not going to try to spin that, but I mean, look at draft rankings, and you're going to see a lot of SEC players listed top 5, 10 rounds.
What just happened with Phillips here?
I was wondering that too. Was that a check the count situation, or it's only 1-0. Oh my goodness, that throw.
I think he got a delay. I think that's what it was.
Oh, okay. Might have been. And then Arkansas stole a base, and that throw from Stone Lawless did not look good.
It's hard watching that game on mute.
Well, I say we wrap it up here in a minute so we can all go watch Tennessee and Arkansas in their own time. I've also got family obligation in a bit. But Alfred, parting thoughts on LSU and Auburn, respectively.
Yeah, LSU, huge offensive day. I think it was good to see Curiel do what he did. Freshman doing that in the Super Regional is exceptional. He's been doing it all year, despite some struggles maybe toward the end of the year. And LSU has the pitching left to kind of wrap this thing up tomorrow. I predict and expect them to, barring something crazy. I just think for West Virginia, like Graham, you and I have been saying, super deflating having that amount of hits and not winning the game and losing the game by a lot. And then as for Auburn, a little disappointing. You didn't get to Omaha this year, but again, like I said, keep it in perspective. A year ago, the NCAA tournament wasn't a thing for this program. Now it is, and they got pretty far in it. So congrats to Coastal too. I mean, this is a really cool story. You maybe, if you're an Auburn fan, you're not loving the story right now, but I think for a lot of people, seeing this happen is great, with having the small guy come out on top and winning as much as they are. So, good year for both LSU and Auburn. For LSU, not over yet. For Auburn, it is over, but some really good stuff was done this year with Butch Thompson and his program.
Yeah, I think I guess I'll start with Auburn. Like, I know this hurts. It's supposed to hurt if you're an Auburn fan, but to me, like, as long as Butch Thompson is there, like, their future is bright. They got a lot of really talented freshmen. I think they'll have to figure out what they want to do pitching wise, like moving forward, like what their options will be. I think they'll have a good transfer portal class as well. LSU, I think LSU is in a really, really good spot. They still got several of their top arms available. I really like LSU to make a lot of noise moving forward the rest of the way. And like Coastal Carolina, just congratulations. I mean, nothing fluky about this at all. That is a really, really good team, and they got a chance to do a lot of damage on their side of the bracket. But when you pitch it the way that they pitch it, and when you play defense the way they play defense, that's a recipe for success.
Yeah, congratulations to Coastal Carolina for getting to the College World Series. First time since 2016. And, of course, last time Coastal got there, it won the whole thing, which that team is capable of doing. Congratulations to Auburn on a tremendous year. Hurts to go out like that, but it doesn't take anything away from what Butch Thompson has done this year. I think Auburn is poised to be really good again next season, even with Ike Irish and probably Cooper McMurray gone. I still think that freshman class was amazing. That they'll probably need to add some pieces in the portal, maybe another. Well, I mean, Chatterton could be an ace for them. So could Alvarez. So maybe not need to. But anyway.
Yeah. Speaking of Alvarez, like we need to touch on him. Like he was awesome today. Like I think he had one strikeout, but he did exactly what they needed him to do today.
Yeah. He has looked really good at points this season. I'm glad you mentioned that. I didn't mean to gloss over that. And then we'll get to Tennessee and Arkansas tonight. Tennessee's just got a leadoff hit, I believe, to start the top of the fifth from Dalton Bargo. So I think we will probably do a live stream for this one around 7. I think I told you guys 8 earlier, but I got my times mixed up. So depending on what's going on, we'll live stream our that hit him right in the glove. Was that Logan Maxwell? Who was that?
How did he not catch that?
I have no idea.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I didn't. The first time I thought that was just a line drive down the line. I didn't realize it just hit him in the glove and he dropped it.
I thought,
But anyway, So we'll live stream tonight, probably around 7 Central, to react to the end of this one. Assuming we're at that point, hit the subscribe button, the like button. That will be free, and then we'll do it all again tomorrow with LSU and this one. And I hope you're here for it. By the way, join the membership tier if you don't mind. $4 a month. We posted the link at the very top of the chat. That helps keep us in business. It gets you bonus content you don't get anywhere else. For Graham Doty, Alfred Esmond, I'm Chris Lee. Thanks for watching Southeastern 16's baseball content. God bless you. We'll see you again in about an hour and a half.